Is up, fans? I'm your host, Alex Kramer, back with the newest episode of a great podcast, partially the greatest pod on turf. What is up, Kiernan?
It is the greatest pod on turf, and I'm not feeling great, but I'm doing great.
Sick?
No, nothing like that.
This guy's
I'm sick
mental.
of I'm sick of my team, pretty much, is what I'm trying to
Sick
say.
in the head. If you haven't watched our last pods that are out on YouTube, Apple, whatever the fuck you're on, make sure to watch them. They're quality as shit. Honestly, our regular pods sometimes may be better than our sports pod. Make sure you tune into those as well. If you're on Apple and you're listening right now, make sure to come over to YouTube. Check us out. We got cool backgrounds. We got all this cool shit. We're looking cool. We need you to come check out the video version. It works. You can still listen to YouTube in your car, even if you don't want to watch us. But just come on over to YouTube. Like, subscribe, comment. We love the feedback. Last episode, tons of feedback. A couple episodes ago, tons of feedback. We love the feedback. Kiernan, tell us about your Raiders.
There's not much to say. I mean, they were a complete disaster. Pretty much everything went against them. There was so many points in the game where they should have won. Basically, they got screwed. Also, they got screwed in so many ways by the referees. It's just too much for me to say on a general podcast. That doesn't sound like I'm bitching. But at the same
You are
time,
bitching. You are going to be bitching. I would be bitching too.
well, there's no fucking point because I'm done with the NFL. And let me tell the fans, the only reason sports is a fucking disaster. Don't watch sports because all your team does is lose pretty much. And if they do win, who cares? It's not worth the fucking
Yes, it
pain.
is. Yes, it is.
It's not. It's not.
Worth all the pain.
No, because it's just a joke, dude. This fucking team, bro. You had not only this bullshit fucking referee come in here and they say Kyler Murray fucking runs around for 20 seconds. We sack his ass, and now they literally threw a flag 5 seconds after we sack. They just made up some bullshit call holding defense. Didn't even fucking touch them. Gives them 4 more free plays. 4 more fucking plays, dude. And the motherfucker just he scores, of course. The whole game is rigged. NFL is a joke. Fuck Las Vegas. Fuck Vegas for their betting and their stupid ass fucking team. They never should have left Oakland. Fuck Mark Davis for going to the WNBA. He doesn't give a shit about WNBA. He owns the Las Vegas Aces, who won the NBA championship. How many of our audience knew that? I'm guessing less than 1% because nobody cares. They keep shoving WNBA in your face. It's a terrible product.
Bro, no one watches WNBA, dude. Let's be real.
And Mark Davis, the piece of shit owner, decides, oh, let me go to this WNBA game because even though I don't give a shit, just to save face. He doesn't give a fuck about that team. He only went because it looks good for him.
You need to understand that it's not, bro. You gotta still like team. You gotta still enjoy watching the fucking sports, bro.
I don't enjoy it. I don't enjoy it.
You don't like watching the Phillies. You don't like watching shit.
No, I don't like watching shit, dude. It's time for me to fucking bear down. And the only reason I'm gonna watch it and talk about it is because of this fucking podcast. Overall, in my point of my life, I'm done with this shit. I'm done with sports.
You wouldn't be done if the Raiders were doing well.
Probably not.
You're a fucking bitch, dude.
Nah.
And you know what? Maybe it's time for you to change teams and get out of the fucking Sin City. Stop following this team that is a fake team, bro. Hate to say it to you.
Fake team.
Fake team, fake fan base, fake everything.
Don't give me that bullshit, dude. How about you tell me about
bouncing around because they have to.
Tell me about your team. How did they do this weekend?
Eagles sick, great fan base, never had to leave the city. That's all I gotta say.
How'd they do this weekend?
They played on Monday yesterday. Did you watch?
I saw some of it, yeah.
Eagles phenomenal. Most likely going to be facing the Bills in the Super Bowl. Don't want to speak too soon. But Eagles look like the best team in the NFC. Honestly, defense locked up. Everyone out here saying Justin Jefferson. Oh, he's so good. Darius Slay shit. You know what? Darius Slay, best cornerback in the league, locked that bitch up. Made him fucking look like a little puny little bitch in Philly where, oh yeah, Justin Jefferson, I bet you're wishing you were fucking drafted by Philly now instead of shitty Minnesota. Have fun. Have fun there, man. Have fun with Jalen Reagor. Have fun with losing because your quarterback sucks dick. We're out here winning, and we're going to win this season. And if I look at the schedule with the way we're playing, no reason we shouldn't go undefeated.
How about Kirk Cousins, dude? 2-10 now on Monday Night Football in his career. Just a guy who can't do shit under the bright lights. There's people like that in all phases of life. The lights get bright, they say goodnight. It's time to sleep. They don't got time to
Bro,
go out there and perform in prime time. Kirk Cousins, you ain't about that. They get nervous. They get scared. They
Cousins is
hide
so
under
good.
the pressure. If
Kirk
you're like
Cousins is so
me
good.
or other people like fucking Joe Montana or Mr. Nick Foles or any of these other guys who perform best when the lights are on, that's who you are. You create yourself in these big moments, dude. Some people can handle the pressure, some can't. Can you handle the pressure, Kramer?
You know I can handle the pressure,
You
Kieran.
could argue that us filming this podcast is under the bright lights because not like saying we're huge. If you're on YouTube now, you see we only have like 60 subscribers. Our views aren't big. But if you check our numbers on Apple, we're right up there. We have great numbers. We have a lot of fans on Apple and
Spotify,
Spotify.
actually.
Yeah, it's actually Spotify. Sorry. Any fans on Spotify or any of that, we really appreciate you guys. And we see the downloads are there. We see that we have good numbers over there. So we were
That's why
top
we're
200.
sticking with
We were
the shit.
top
We
200 at
love
one
it.
point. Come out and check our YouTube. We're going to say it again, but that's besides the point. Cram, you could argue that us filming this podcast is under the bright lights at this moment.
Is under the bright lights. We are a really good duo here, but Kirk Cousins, he doesn't have it. Just like a lot of teams don't have it, bro. And honestly, the NFL this year, super weird.
Why do you
Super
think some people fail under the bright lights?
pressure gets to
That's
their
it,
head.
just the pressure.
Pressure. Some people aren't made for this shit.
That's just it. It's just you're
It's
just
actually
born with
not
it.
some people. I'd say it's probably majority of people.
You're just born with it.
Yeah, oh yeah. Or you I think you could probably no, I guess you're probably born with it.
It is what it is in that department.
But the funny thing is, Kieran, and I'm rooting for your Raiders. I think they're gonna bounce back, dude. It really looks to me like Derek Carr sucks dick. Personally,
He's
he's
awful. He's awful.
got a lot of weapons. Honestly, I had Devontae Adams. You guys aren't utilizing him like he's the number
Look,
best receiver in the fucking NFL.
as bad as the Raiders choke was, it wasn't as bad as other chokes. You had the New York Football Jets. That's not what anyone calls them, but the Jets went down
Uh,
there to Cleveland. I guess I think, and they actually converted an onside kick at the end of the game and won the game. It was pretty ridiculous what happened
Honestly,
there.
good for the Jets. And
And the
as
Ravens were up by like 4 touchdowns in the fucking third and fourth quarter, and they couldn't win that. Tua Tagovailoa just shitting on them.
Tua
And
looked really good. Tua looked really good, and me, I'm personally not the biggest Dolphins fan, but Tua looked good. But
dude, I'm
the funny
wondering
thing
if you're the
is,
Chiefs.
in my personal opinion, here's what I'm gonna say. I don't think the Ravens are that good. Yes, they came back and scored on the Ravens defense. Great. But you also allowed fucking 30 plus points to a one-dimensional team who has no receivers and only really has a quarterback.
How do you trade Tyreek Hill? I don't understand what the Chiefs were thinking. He's the most electric player in the league, one of the best receivers, so fucking fast, burns everybody. Nobody can cover him.
I'm gonna
Nobody.
say, bro, he's very good player. Very good player. Very
So
good.
how do
But
you trade
I
him?
think
What are
up
you
to this
doing?
point, up to this point, Mahomes has proven he doesn't really need the guy.
It
And
doesn't matter how you need him.
they
He
didn't,
makes you unstoppable.
bro, he wanted out.
Think about how good that fucking Chiefs
He
offense
wanted
was.
out. He wanted out, right? At the end of the
No, he
day.
wanted to get paid and they wouldn't pay him. Think about how good that
That's
Chiefs
not what
offense.
happened at all, bro. I don't think that's what happened. I'm
Dude,
pretty
it's
sure.
exactly what happened. He
No,
wanted
I'm
to
pretty
get
sure it
fucking
was something
paid.
with Was it not something with targets too?
No, he don't give a shit about any of that. He wants his money.
Well, they don't want to pay him, bro. They got the best tight end in the league, Trav Kelsey, and they can pull people out of their ass like Schmidt Schuster and be just as good. So why
Yeah.
pay this guy that much X amount of dollars to just stick around when we can honestly draft a guy next year who could be just as good?
No one's going to be as good as Tyreek Hill. He's the fastest. You
You're
can't
right,
replace
you're right.
him.
Not yet, but they will. Eventually, some of these guys are. Tyreek Hill's going to retire at some point, dude.
He also was accused of beating his son. I don't know if that's true, but
Yeah, so was Adrian Peterson.
well, he did do that.
True that. Honestly, that
All right, other notable shit for the
let's talk
NFL.
about this. Let's talk about how awful and atrocious the Tennessee Titans are.
Now, who gives a shit about them?
I'd argue worst team in football. If you're a Titans fan, you guys are fucked. You have
No,
Tannehill,
fuck
the
the
biggest.
Titans, dude. Fuck
have
them.
Tannehill.
Nobody
You have
cares.
Tannehill, the biggest cocksucker in the world, and then you have Malik Willis, who honestly sucks too. Good luck. You
Dude,
guys are
nobody cares. Nobody
wasting Derrick Henry's time.
cares.
No, you know what people care about? Us talking NFL, Kieran. And people do care about that because our last NFL
There's nothing
pod.
to fucking say. The schedule makers come out and they make these horrible games. Every game fucking sucked. Every game sucked.
No, I would argue, dude, you can't say the Ravens game sucked.
We mentioned that already. Every other game was terrible.
The Eagles game, I guess, yeah, because I'm not a fan. I
Do they
wouldn't say
expect people to care and talk about Lions
yeah,
versus
yeah, the thing is,
Commanders?
people do care. You're wrong.
Nobody cares
Hey, then
except for
why do our
people
fucking
who are
why do our
fans of
sports
those
hey
teams.
hey why do our sports pods get the most fucking a lot of views on YouTube? Huh? Why is that one sports pod tons of views on YouTube? Because people do fucking care about sports. Why is sports the number one fucking selling entertainment in the fucking
When
world?
did I fucking say that nobody cared about sports?
You
I'm
just said
saying the
nobody cares
Lions
about it.
versus Commanders. Nobody cares about them. The
It's gotta
Titans
happen,
suck.
bro. I care about dude. A lot of people care about the Lions after seeing them on Hard Knocks. You must not have watched.
No, I
Lions
didn't
are
watch.
sick.
Fuck Hard
Dan
Knocks. It's
Campbell,
scripted.
Dan Campbell is sick. And you know who maybe needs to be on Hard Knocks? The fucking Raiders.
They already were a few years ago,
Well,
stupid
maybe they need to be
motherfucker.
on it again to just fucking trigger their fucking shit back in time. There were good games, bro. Your game was a great game, honestly. Hate to say it. It wasn't good in your eyes. I would say the
Okay.
Bengals game. And you know,
Snooze
who
fest.
who here has been saying this whole time and prior to the season that Joe Burr is a bullshitter, okay? And he's a fraud. And that team is not going to be good. You can't lose to a Cowboys team without Dak. That's embarrassing. Cooper Rush is not an elite quarterback.
Don't
You
matter. It's a
Bengals
team
fans
game,
suck.
pussy.
It's a team game, and the Bengals suck. Joe Burrow
Team
sucks.
game.
No, let's talk about this, Kieran.
Lightning in a bottle.
Let's
Last
talk
season.
about let's talk about MLB since you're such a big MLB guy.
I'm not. MLB
Favorite.
baseball is boring too.
You love everything. You know you just not like sports anymore. What the fuck? are
No,
you
I
doing?
just said that in the fucking
Yeah, but
beginning
you
of the
can't
pod.
say that to the fans. You're coming on this pod sounding all down, sounding like a downer. The fans don't want to hear no fucking downer on the other side of this energy.
What do you want me to do? Lie?
Get energy. You gotta, maybe you need to fucking take a shot of something, dude. Get your energy going.
No, I don't need a shot of shit. I need a shot in the ass. I need a fucking what do you call that shit? A prostate exam. That's what I
Why?
need.
Why?
I might have prostate cancer.
Really?
No, I'm just joking. I shouldn't joke about that.
You shouldn't joke about that type of stuff. Not funny. B12.
Did you know all men will get prostate cancer at some point in their life?
I don't think that's true, and I don't want to talk
All
about
men
it.
develop issues
I
with
don't
their
care,
prostate.
bro. This is a sports pod. I'm not talking about that shit. Don't want to hear about these issues, man.
Kidney stones or you piss out a stone? How would that
Yeah.
feel?
Yeah.
Would
but
you
it's
like
better-
that?
It'd be better than prostate cancer.
It'd be better than watching the fucking Oakland Raiders, I'll tell you that.
No, it wouldn't, dude. The Raiders are going to come back and bounce back this week.
I'd rather piss out
whether-
10 kidney stones than watch another fucking Raiders
Why are you
game this
saying
season.
every man's going to have prostate cancer?
Every man for himself. That's what life is. And if you get stuck behind with these other dumbasses watching these sports games, you will be left behind. I used to love sports.
Oh, you're wrong as fuck. You're wrong as fuck because I would argue you're super wrong because some of the most successful people in the fucking world.
You think
actually, probably
Bezos?
all of them.
You
go
think
sit there.
Bezos?
Bezos was at the
and
Amazon
Elon?
game. Bezos was at the Amazon game on Thursday night. You cocksucker.
Nah, Elon's not watching us.
Elon, I guarantee, watches a fucking team. There was Bradley Cooper at the Eagles game. There was our boy James Harden, the big man on campus, who's taking the Sixers to
That
the
doesn't
chip.
count because James Harden literally is a sports player himself.
Bro, people buy boxes. Successful people buy boxes. If you aren't successful, you can't afford to sit in a box or luxury seating. And they sell the fuck out. So you can't sit here and tell me that.
No,
That
you're
is
being ripped off by these sports. Roger Goodell is the biggest scam artist in the nation. He will rip your ass out.
Bro, honestly,
You got nothing to say because you know I'm right.
you're just mad that your team sucks.
No, I don't give a fuck about this shit, man. I'm tired of these sports.
You do care. You would never come into this pod this way if Derek Carr threw for 4 touchdowns and fucking you guys won the way you should have won, like 30-7.
No, because did I not tell you before the season that I was getting sick of these sports to begin with?
You're sick of the Raiders because you guys draft idiots like Henry Ruggs who then
Sick
go
of
and
everything. I'm
DUI.
sick of all this shit. I'm sick of not being rich. I'm sick of this bullshit. Raiders.
Hey, for all the
Sixers.
fans out here listening to Kiernan's Debbie Downer bullshit, and you guys maybe not may or may not be rich as well. Richness comes with work. We're sitting here putting in the effort. You can't become rich overnight unless you're a TikToker.
Let's talk about let's
Can't
switch
become rich
gears.
overnight. Can't become rich overnight. We're out here grinding. We're doing the things we got to do to get to where we need to be. And that's what I have to say. That's my advice to anyone out there going through the same pains that Kieran is.
Let's switch gears to basketball. But before we say that, Kramer did ask about baseball. There's a guy named Ohtani. He should win the MVP every season. People say, how can you give an MVP every season? Because you
I
just
like him,
can't.
but his team sucks dick.
Because there's nobody in MLB history who does what he does. Here's a fact that I heard from Colin Cowherd, okay? I don't want to plug him too much.
Coward. He's a coward.
Colin Cowherd, as many people like Kramer would say. This guy comes on his show and says, he's better than Babe Ruth. They say, why, Colin? Colin says, Babe didn't pitch and hit at the same time. And he's right. If you look at the stats, Babe was a pitcher in Boston to start his career, and then he switched to a hitter in New York Yankees. Shohei Ohtani does both. Shohei Ohtani comes out and he sees a Clay. Wait, can I say my piece? Clay Holmes is a Yankees closer.
I'm adding to you, bro. I'm adding to your piece, bro.
No, I'm not done the piece.
The athletes, nor were the athletes back in Babe Ruth's time near as athletic.
Obviously not. Ohtani comes out and sees Clay Holmes closing for the Yankees, throw him a sinker that sinks so much it's 100 fucking miles an hour. Ohtani was like, "Holy shit, I gotta throw that." That's a tough pitch to throw. The next start, he throws a fucking 102 mile an hour sinker like it's nothing. So he's so good that he's in the box batting and he sees that pitch look pretty good. Let me take it, and he takes it and throws it
Do you think?
Better than in baseball history. And he should win MVP over the clown, fraud, steroid user, Aaron Judge. He's jacked up on roids. Look at that motherfucker in the box. He's like a hunchback gorilla in there. He's huge. He's huge.
We love Judge. We love Judge and we love A-Rod on this team. Do not discriminate.
He's popping boofy pills, bro. He's on that. He's on.
Right, tell me if you think is Ohtani the best pitcher in the MLB?
He's up there. He's taking Scooby snacks.
Better than Scherzer?
He's better than Scherzer, I'd say. Scherzer's good, though.
It's too bad he's on a team that's horrible.
Right. They got to trade his ass to a real contender.
Yeah, he's got to come to the Phillies, and maybe we'd win a fucking series against the Braves.
Maybe that will happen. The Braves are just a dominant force. Nobody can stop them. They're the best team in the league. And you know what's funny? Imagine this happening. They're the world champions, and they have the number 1 and number 2 candidates in the Rookie of the Year. And they have another rookie who bats like 350.
That would make sense. That would make sense. However, Dodgers are going to win law.
We'll see what happens, man. Baseball, I'm predicting Braves win World Series. No one can stop them.
Early prediction for NFL MVP, obviously Jalen Hurts. Early prediction for the Raiders, still make the playoffs.
I doubt it.
Very, very hard on himself because they lost to the shitty Cardinals. But maybe we were all too quick to say that the Cardinals were shitty. Maybe they're not shitty. It's still 2 weeks into football. Everyone was saying the Vikings are good.
The Cardinals fucking suck. The Cardinals are horrible. Take it from me. They won't do anything this year. They suck. And my team's somehow even worse.
My team's somehow even worse.
Even worse.
God. All right, brother. Well,
last year, dude, during the Raiders collapse, not the collapse, when they lost to the Bengals, it had me questioning reality itself. I was like, what even is football? Why do we have to meet on this Sunday? Then it got me deeper. What is Sunday? Who invented this shit? And then it was like, who invented time? Who invented us? Where are we come from?
You're always thinking about, bro. You're always thinking about this shit.
I don't think about that shit.
What you need to understand.
Unless I'm on heavy psychedelic drugs like Aaron Rodgers took, and he beat the smackdown on his opponent, Chicago Bears.
As he should. The Chicago Bears are horrible, and Justin Fields, in my opinion, is one of the worst quarterbacks in the NFL.
Let's talk about NBA. Ja Morant is a clown pussy. I've hated him for a long time.
Tell me why.
Because okay.
Here, I'm going to say one thing about him that I hate. He shows up to WNBA games, and he hits the gritty like a little weird fucking guy. I can't take it.
It's these dances need to stop. First you had the whip, and then you had the nay-nay, and then it just keeps coming. Now you got the gritty, which is even the gayest shit.
It's only funny.
Sorry. I can't say that word.
Whoa, Kieran. It's only funny if you hit the gritty in like a form of a joke, I would say.
An ironic way.
Yeah, like I would say Gesicki hit a gritty on the Dolphins. Funny as hell. I think that's funny. But then you see guys like Ja Morant seriously.
Gesicki, get it right.
Yeah, then you see Ja Morant, he's seriously hitting the fucking gritty on the going to the WNBA games. I'm like, dude, You really enjoy basketball that much, brother?
No, fuck John Morant because let me tell you, now people hate him universally because he tweets out like cringy shit, like how do these hollow point bullets feel, pussy, like to like some weird 12-year-old on Twitter. But he
What a
also
weirdo! What a weirdo!
now that's why people hate him today. I've hated him his whole career because I'm a big fan of Young Dolph and Paper Route Empire. Then John Morant basically came out and said fuck Key Glock, and he's down with CMG Collective Music Group, which is Yo Gotti's group. Rest in peace to Young Dolph, the king of Memphis. And John Morant, you're not the king of Memphis. You're a little bitch, and you would probably shoot me just to make a point, even though you're a very accomplished
Probably
guy.
shoot me to just make a point. That's incredible. I'm gonna.
Yeah, you
Should I
like this
tweet,
one?
should I tweet at John Morant on the pod live?
We're gonna make a clip and send it to him in his replies.
All right. That's good. That's good.
All
John
right, so
Morant,
let's.
personally, you suck ass. Sixers will beat you every year. You're the worst player in the NBA. Your team sucks. You
No, he's
suck.
very good.
You're
He's very
cocksuckers.
good. He's very
No.
good, but people suck him off. Like in last year, during the Sixers game, like he did the simplest shit. The fans was like, "Ooh!" Like the fans went crazy. I'm like, calm the fuck down. He's not that
Let's
good.
be real. Let's be real about the NBA for a second. We have not and will not see a generation.
Wait, let me ask you.
No,
Wait, before you
go
say
ahead.
that, will there be another LeBron?
That's what I was getting into that iteration. We have not and probably will not see another talent as good as LeBron James, Kobe Bryant, these types of guys who can actually take teams of randoms to the championship. We have not,
LeBron.
and we will not see that in a long time.
Here's the thing about LeBron. He has two sons, right? I'm not gonna talk shit about either of them, but he has two of them who are very good at basketball, and one of them, LeBron James Jr., is being hyped up as the next one, but really his other son is better.
And personally, it's just so once in a generation to get a athlete like that, let alone for it to be in the same family.
No, because
So,
as soon as Jordan retired, LeBron came sprouting out. He was the
but
chosen one.
it's rare that your kids are going to be just as good as you.
Well, I mean, it's all genetics. It's all in the DNA. It's all in the blood. When we
Yeah,
have
but
the
it's also
blood.
within the work. Like LeBron's kids have it all, right? LeBron's kids have it all.
Yeah, but
LeBron,
LeBron's also on heavy duty steroids like Aaron Judge.
bro, stop talking shit about LeBron, dude.
No, I like
He's
LeBron.
and just
I
like
like
Tom, GOAT, right?
I
Tom,
like Tom and I like
obviously,
LeBron.
Tom is going through. Let's stay on the NBA track. NBA, something I gotta say is now it seems that they're allowing, as I've seen recently, it seems like they're allowing 18-year-olds, or they're allowed to, even younger, they're allowed to get into the NBA now. I think
No,
I
no,
saw
no.
that.
You have to go through the G League. It used to be called the D League, the Development League, and then they said that's too offensive. We don't want it to call it a D League. Let's call it the G League. I think that's actually not what happened. They actually got a sponsorship from Gatorade. It's
So
actually called the Gatorade
in
League.
terms of that, can they play 1 year?
They have to play 1 year in the G League, and then they could go toward the NBA, which is what you're
So
seeing prospects do. Like Jalen Green did this, and some other guys.
LeBron's son is going to do this most likely.
I know he wants to go to college. He's going to go to Ohio State.
He's going to go to Ohio State, whatever, have fun there.
You
Personally,
know, LeBron's a big Cowboy fan.
yeah, he's a Cowboy fan. I don't care. I still respect LeBron. I
Yeah, a lot of
respect
people come
him.
out and say they don't like LeBron because of his political issues. Like, bro, who gives a shit what
And I
LeBron?
don't love his political opinions.
Yeah, but
It's
who
just
cares, dude? No, you're not
he's an
seeing that on the basketball court.
he's an outspoken idiot in terms of that, but it doesn't take away the respect I have for what he's done for the game of basketball.
What has he done for the game of basketball?
I would argue he grew the game of basketball a tremendous amount.
He's the top two player. Jordan. People say, oh, who's the GOAT? Like people actually put Bill Russell in their debate. Like they've actually seen him. There's not even footage of this motherfucker playing an actual game, dude. There's highlights and shit you could find, but dude, like, how are you gonna say how good Bill Russell is?
And we always have to go back to the iteration that
Top
the
three players I've ever seen.
the
LeBron.
athletic ability then was nowhere near the same as it is now. Go ahead.
Top three players I've seen: LeBron, Kobe, Tim Duncan.
I would say LeBron, Kobe.
KD's right after Tim Duncan.
I would say probably LeBron, Kobe, Steph.
Tim
I
Duncan
put
was
Steph up.
Tim
I put
Duncan's a little bit better than Steph Curry, honestly.
I
Because Tim
would put
Duncan did
Steph up
Steph
there.
Curry, he does his shit with the threes and all this jump shot crazy shit. But Tim Duncan, man, he was the perfect player. He's like the if you build a power forward, that's who you build. A perfect guy to
Honestly,
build your team around. Perfect. Because he gets every rebound, he's a team player, he makes every shot. pretty much not a joke.
Even when putting him in the category of LeBron and Kobe, it feels wrong.
No, it's not wrong because he's a 5-time fucking NBA champion.
True. All right, I'll
There's
give it to him.
more titles than LeBron, more titles than no, same amount of titles as Kobe, more titles than
You know
Shaq.
what I hate?
more than
You know what
Curry.
I hate? I
What?
hate how skipped over Kobe is when he has more titles than
Yeah,
LeBron.
look, Kobe at the early years was carried by Shaq, but Kobe was obviously very good on those teams.
I would highly
No, no,
disagree.
no. I don't want to say carried because Kobe was obviously very good on those teams. He was
Yeah.
a very. They wouldn't have won without Kobe. Let's be honest.
No.
But at the same time, Kobe has the most missed shots in NBA history.
Embiid's better than Shaq.
No, not even close.
Yeah, oh yeah, will be by the end of his career for sure.
He does certain shit better, but Shaq's overall better.
Overall, more athletic, I would say.
Nah, Shaq's very dude. Shaq could have went to the NFL. He was that good.
Let's get into this topic of discussion. Who would you say the top? All right, let's say who do you think the most athletic person in all of sports is right now?
LeBron James.
That's what I had that same. I said LeBron
Probably
James.
not. I don't fucking know.
I would probably put Giannis in that discussion, right?
I really don't know, dude. There's probably like some gymnasts and other fucking people like that who are on that level.
Not to the ability of being 6'7" and being able to fucking run and jump 10 fucking feet into the air and dunk and like, yeah, they're gymnasts and they're good at their craft, but you could plug LeBron into a lot of sports and he'd be good. You could plug Usain Bolt into a lot of sports and he'd be good. You know what I mean?
I know what you mean.
Like you couldn't even argue that. I hate to say this and I don't want to sound wrong, but you can't even argue that it's a female due to the fact that you couldn't plug
No,
her.
it just can't be within the realm of pretty much physics. I'm not saying it could never happen. Like there could be some freak female athlete that comes out, but I just don't think it could ever happen. Just because the way biology works.
Hey, as we've seen, some of the females may not even be females, and they could be female sports. So who really knows? Maybe in 10 years, LeBron's going to want to be a chick.
I've had some weird experiences with transgenders, not like anything like that. Transgender, sorry, but I can't speak on that.
No, I want to hear.
No, I tried telling the story in the pod, and you said we couldn't talk. We're not going to talk about that, but we'll talk about this on the next pod because this is actually a sports pod. And
you know what we're going to roll into right now?
What?
Picks
for the next week?
Picks for this week coming up right now. This will be out.
I don't want to do this. I hate NFL football.
You guys will be listening to this on Wednesday. Kieran, I'm telling you what sport to watch, and you just disregard me every time.
Because you're a motherfucker. You're a motherfucker.
Disregard what I say, and I know you don't like the mainstream sports. So hop off and watch UFC. You will enjoy it. This weekend, huge cuts to the head, gushing blood. This guy's brow is about to fall off his nose. Incredible content. Incredible fighting, dude. And it's raw, it's real, and you know that it's not a bunch of bullshit like we see in MLB, we see with your team in the NFL. Shit like that, you know?
Let's talk about these games, dude. We're going to start off with Pittsburgh Steelers head to Cleveland to take on the Browns this Thursday night. Who cares? Deshaun Watson is a rapist.
Steelers.
Steelers.
Trubisky, I hope that you don't fucking get your spot taken by Pickett.
Money Mitch.
I like
Kenny
him.
Pickett's got small hands, and that means he has got a small penis, which means Cleveland loses.
Now we are going to go on to the Sunday games.
Buffalo takes on Miami. Buffalo's this powerhouse steamrolling everybody, and they will win this game big. I'm predicting 50-something to 20 Buffalo.
I don't even know if Miami can fucking... I don't think Miami... If Miami's allowing fucking that many points to the Ravens, who knows what's going to fucking happen when the Bills come to town.
Good point. Cincinnati takes on the Jets. Quick, get rid of this one quick. Boring, disgusting, filthy game.
Bengals, hopefully, dude. I don't know. Joe Burrow sucks dick.
Bengals win, dude. Raiders, Titans. Titans fucking blow them out.
No, Raiders are gonna don't even fuck your team. Don't even fuck your picks like that, dude. You know.
No, that's literally how I feel. I feel the Titans are better. So.
All right, let me take over here. We're missing.
No, I'm taking over.
You're gonna hit every game.
I'm hitting all of them.
All right, go ahead.
Carolina at home versus the New Orleans Saints. Baker Mayfield is horrible. Saints roll.
Except Jameis supposedly played with 4 fucking back fractures. How crazy is that?
Yeah.
What a fucking Superman type guy.
I love Jameis, FSU legend, Hook'em Horns, Texas style, but that's not the same team. But by the way, Saints dominate. Baltimore heads to New England to take on the Patriots. Classic matchup for the 2010s.
Baltimore.
Look, man, Baltimore, they're about their business. They're going to walk into New England and take care of business
Yeah.
today. And
Mac
or not
Jones is
today.
is like a guy who hasn't hit puberty. He looks like Caillou.
Yeah, he's horrible. But Baltimore, Caillou.
Yep.
That was funny shit, bro. But the Ravens take this one. Detroit heads to Minnesota to take on your Minnesota Vikings.
Detroit. Who's Minnesota Vikings?
Your team. That's your favorite team, no?
No, it's not. Eagles, my favorite team. As you can see, we just trashed on those pussies, and I think the Lions are going to as well because they are more gritty.
Fly, Lions, fly. They take this one.
Gotcha.
Nah, the Vikings are better. They win.
Worst game of the week, bro.
Eagles head to Washington to take on the Commandos.
And
such a stupid name. Never make a team name with more than 3 syllables. Commanders, unless you could abbreviate it like Buccaneers, Bucks. You can't abbreviate Commanders. They lose to Philadelphia. Philadelphia goes to 3-0. Beast team.
We beat the shit out of Carson Wentz.
If I'm being honest, dude, I'm gonna level with you real quick. The Eagles look like one of the best teams in football. Your team is in for a lot of good times this year. They're going to destroy Washington. It's not going to be pretty for them. Wentz fucking sucks. He is fucking horrible.
Yeah.
Chiefs head to Indianapolis. This one's not going to be close.
Colts are ass, dude. Matt Ryan should have retired.
Colts are fucking horrible. Matt Ryan, the owner comes out and says, we need a real good QB to take care of business, and then gets Matt Ryan washed the fuck up.
Bro, they'd be better off with Baker.
Yeah, they'd be better off with Baker, Mr. State Farm Mayfield. Texans head to Chicago.
Worst game of the week. Worst game of the week by far. I think the Texans are going to beat the fuck out of Chicago.
All right, let's hurry this up because there's so many games, so we're not going to speak on that. You'll see my pick when it comes out. I'm probably going to go with the Texans. Jags take on the Chargers. We don't need to speak on this one too much. It's going to be another blowout. Chargers win easily. Rams, I know you're picking the Chargers too, so no need to say what your piece on that. Rams head to the Cardinals. This is actually a good game. Cardinals are really bad. The Rams look really bad. This one's going to be a shootout. It's going to be close, but Rams probably end up taking in the end. Packs go to Buccaneers. Another fantastic game here. Now week 3 is looking a little better.
Bucks.
Give me Aaron Rodgers and Green Bay.
Brady is heated, bro. He's getting divorced. This guy needs to win.
I don't think that's true.
Let's talk this shit, bro. Falcons, Seahawks, another horrible game. Obviously, Falcons are going to win that game.
No, Seattle goes to 2-1.
And in my brain, how is this the Sunday night game?
49ers, Broncos.
Russell Wilson looks like maybe the worst quarterback in the whole NFL. One of, at least. Guy is horrible.
His wife, I'm not a fan. She left my boy Future a long time ago, and they have a baby named Future. They named the baby Future. And now Wilson's like taking over as the father to the baby Future.
Wilson's a huge cuck, and he sucks.
He's a cuck, I agree. 49ers win this one.
Lastly, Monday night, Dallas heads to New York and takes on the fucking Giants, who are somehow going to be 3-0 after this game.
No, Cowboys roll.
Giants,
listen, I know a lot of Giants fans in here, man. They love our pod, but because we have a lot of listeners from New York. But let me just tell you, your team is not that good. Daniel Jones, he's a fraud. The offensive line is a fraud. They've had 2 easy opponents, so let's not act like the Giants are hot shit now. They've been bad for the past 5 years. Odell Beckham, how do you trade Odell? He was a superstar. They traded his ass and picked horrible players, and they picked like a nose tackle for him.
Speak of the devil, Odell. Hopefully he gets picked up by some team soon. Honestly,
so why would he? He's not going to play the whole season. There's no reason to sign him. Why would you sign Odell when he's not going to play?
Oh, people expect him in October. What are you saying, bro?
Is that true?
Yeah.
Oh, then he'll get signed when he's healthy.
Who do you think he's going to get signed by?
Las Vegas Raiders.
Do you need him, dude? You can't even get the best receiver in
the
league.
We don't really have a good wide receiver too. Like Hunter Renfrow fumbled 2 fucking times at the end of the game.
I guess you pair him with Devontae Adams.
Listen, fans, those are our picks, and we love all of you so much. I love you more than I love myself because I hate myself because I'm a horrible person who's done horrible things in life.
Shut up, you fucking weirdo.
I'm just joking. I don't love you that much, but you are great fans.
People need to know. Like, subscribe, comment, pop to YouTube. We need the YouTube.
Please do that. Thank you for listening, and goodbye.
Peace.
Pablo the Soldier, Pablo the King. Pablo the pawn, or Pablo the queen. Pablo every motherfucking thing on the board. Pablo don't fuck with the rings. I got the championship rings like I'm just Kobe and Owe. That's what I did. I got the motherfucking soda. I pop in that shit like a soda pop. That's what it is. I got the first like dollar on wall. I make the bitches like Niagara Falls. I turn the shit the motherfucking little soda. You know that I got such a wall. I got the soda whipping, call a partner. I got the bitches whipping, call a doctor. I got the bitches talking, that's my lobster. Bitch, I do it like a Larry lobster. I go to the gym, I get it like poppin'. Bitch, you know tripping.